Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We bid you welcome to the Woodry Sports Complex, where this afternoon the varsity softball team for your Edgewood Cougars will be taking on the Madison Mohawks in an SWBL contest. These are teams not in the same division, I believe, so this is a cross-division game. We're quickly going to go over the lineups with you for today's game, and then we'll be back for the first pitch around 5 o'clock p.m. The Mohawks are coached by Jordan Worley. Your Edgewood Cougars are coached by head coach Wayne Henson. Now the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visiting Mohawks, leading off and playing shortstop, number 26, Abigail Phelps. Batting second and catching, number 20, Ellie Bird. Batting third, second baseman, number 3, Claire Cox. Batting fourth and pitching, number 28, Samantha Swartz. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 7, Mia Swallow. Batting sixth at first base, number 00, Kendall Saunders. Batting seventh and in right field, number 22, Emma O'Hare. Batting eighth in left field, number 1, Brea Beecraft. And batting ninth at third base, number 27, Addison Kelly. Again for the Mohawks, it'll be Phelps at shortstop, Bird catching, and Cox at second base. Swartz, the middle third of the order, has Swartz pitching, Swallow in center field, and Saunders at first base, while the bottom third has O'Hare in right, Beecraft in left field, and Kelly rounding things out at third base. For your Edgewood Cougars, they'll look like this today. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 3, Madison Farrell. Batting second and catching, number 1, Evelyn Henson. Batting third in right field, number 23, Sam Veerhoff. Batting fourth at third base, number 25, Riley Kallick. Batting fifth at first base, number 14, Jaylee Rose. Batting sixth and in center field, number 11, Leah Combs. Batting seventh and pitching, number 5, J.C. Brashear. Batting eighth and playing left field is number 24, Bailey Strunk. And batting ninth at second base, number 00, Evie Short. So again for Edgewood, it'll be Farrell at shortstop, Henson catching, and Veerhoff in right. The middle third of the order has Kallick at third base, Rose at first base, and Combs in center field, while the bottom third has Brashear pitching, Strunk in left, and Short at second base. So we are about ready for action. We will get this game started at 5 o'clock. We will be back at that point. You'll be able to see all the action live on YouTube today. Hopefully we'll be broadcasting an Edgewood victory. So we're going to leave you here for a few minutes. Look forward to covering today's game with you. This is Brian Caudill, Edgewood High School teacher and voice of Edgewood Athletics on YouTube. And I will have my right-hand man, Rich Hazelwood, the voice of the Cougars, here in a little bit as well. We will talk to you soon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Leading off for the Cougars. Leading off for the Mohawks, the shortstop, number 26, Abigail Phelps.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back live. Here's the first pitch of this game coming from J.C. Brashear. It's taken low for ball one, and this game is underway with a start time of 4:56 p.m. So a 1-0 count. Brashear dealing to Evelyn Henson. Here comes the pitch. Called strike by our home plate umpire today, Robert St. Hilaire.
Such a beautiful day it is for a softball game.
Yes, it is. Perfect weather here in Trenton. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Brashear. It's fouled back to the screen. And the count moves to 1-2 strikes on the Madison leadoff hitter, Abigail Phelps, the shortstop, wearing uniform number 26. We'll go over the records of these two teams in just a minute. Brashear, left-hander, here it comes. Strike three called, and that's one out. To begin this one as Abigail Phelps goes down on strikes.
Number 20, the catcher, Ellie Bird.
So Ellie Bird will step in now for the Mohawks. She's the catcher wearing uniform number 20. The Mohawks today, there's a pitch low. The Mohawks come into this game today with a record of 1-3, 0-2 in the SWBL Buckeye Division. The Mohawks decked out in the black uniforms today, all black. There's a swing and a smash, and that'll get into left field for a base hit. So that ball down the line will allow Bird to reach safely with a single as she goes back to first base. Hard hit ball into left field for a single.
The second baseman, number 3, Claire Cox.
So Bird with a 1-out single, going to bring to the plate second baseman Claire Cox. Again, started to mention all black uniforms with red trim today for the Mohawks. Our field umpire today is David Zeke. Here comes the first pitch. Strike right down the middle. And the count 0-1 on the 3-hole hitter for the Mohawks, Claire Cox. A nice crowd gathered here at Edgewood at the Woodry Complex softball field. Just off the outside for a ball. Count moves to 2-0. Cox will be followed by Samantha Schwartz, the pitcher for the Mohawks. There's a swing and a line drive into right field. That will drop. So another hit. And the runners now at first and second for Samantha Schwartz.
Number 28, Samantha Schwartz, the pitcher.
So Samantha Schwartz steps in wearing uniform number 28. Across the infield for Edgewood, it is Riley Calick at third, Madison Farrell at short, Evie Short at second, and Jaylee Rose at first with the battery, as mentioned, J.C. Brashear, and behind the plate, Evelyn Henson. Here comes the pitch. Fastball taken outside, throw down to first, not in time. So a nice snap throw from Evelyn Henson, just a little bit late. As the runner at first, Claire Cox, is able to get back in safely. Riley Calick over there at third base, drawn in. Amazing how close these fielders are to the plate. It's a chopper foul. Down the third base line, count now 1-1 strike, 1 out. Just underway here in Trenton with a game time temperature 64 degrees.
Don't you wish we'd have had this yesterday at baseball?
Oof, that was a little rough, Rich. Definitely, this is a great day for softball. There's a strike on the outside edge. 1-2 strikes. Beautiful pitch right there from Brashear. Edgewood comes into this game with a record of 2-6. They also are 0-2, but they are in the Southwestern division of the Southwestern Buckeye League. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3. Ball on the outside corner. Perfect pitch, and that will be the second strikeout of the inning for J.C. Bergier.
Now batting, number 7, Mia Swallow.
So 2 on and 2 out now. Runners first and second will bring to the plate the center fielder, number 7, Mia Swallow. Swallow, right-handed batter. Here comes the pitch. Strike. That is right down the middle for strike 1. We got a great vantage point back here, Rich, right behind the plate. We may be able to even tell the umpires they missed that one. But that's probably not a smart move.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea.
We do want to take care of the Cougars. Here's a swing and a chopper at the plate, ruled foul. Yes, it's great. A lot of people standing, as you can probably see in your YouTube live stream video, out in right center field. A lot of people camped out there watching this one. So here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that's strike 3 to end the inning. So in the inning for the Madison Mohawks, they get no runs. They did have 2 hits. There were no Edgewood errors, 2 runners left on base. And after a half inning of softball here in Trenton, the score, Madison 0 and your Edgewood Cougars coming to bat. We'll be back.
In the top of the first for the Mohawks, no runs off of 2 hits. 2 runners were left stranded at the end of 1 half inning. Madison 0, and your Cougars are coming up. Leading off for the Cougars, the shortstop, number 3, Madison Farrell.
We are back live here at the Woodry Sports Complex. Edgewood comes to bat in the home half of the first inning. They will send to the plate Madison Farrell, Evelyn Henson, Sam Veerhoff, and hopefully more as the Edgewood Cougars look to get ahead here in the bottom half of the first inning. The pitcher, Samantha Swartz, on the mound is ready, and here comes the first pitch. Swinging a chopper foul down the third base line by Madison Farrell. Madison Farrell been informed that Madison will be committed to play at West Liberty college in West Virginia, so we'll extend her career.
She's just a junior.
There's a swing and a line drive just foul over third base and into left field. Count goes to 0-2 on Farrell. Farrell, a very good athlete, fast, perfect leadoff hitter. There's a swing and a miss. The ball is dropped. Throw down to first completes the strikeout. There is one out here in the first inning.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 1, the catcher, Evelyn Henson.
So that's going to bring to the plate Evelyn Henson. Evelyn, a senior in the Edgewood program, is committed to play collegiately at Purdue Fort Wayne. So she will be headed to Indiana next year to continue her career. First pitch to Evelyn, taken low for a ball. So what wind we do have, and we are noticing it's picked up a little bit from the first inning. What wind we do have is pretty much straight from center field to the left field corner. In other words, winds out of the west here at this beautiful facility for softball.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The field is in excellent condition today.
It really is. It looks nice out there. And hopefully the girls are going to put a great product out on the field for this one. There's a ball low, and the count moves to 3-0 on Evelyn Henson, wearing uniform number 1 and doing the catching today. Your Cougars today decked out in all gray. They've got the white pinstripes and trim in navy blue. Sharp look for the Cougars. There's a strike right down the middle. And the count moves to 3-1 on Evelyn Henson. And Evelyn comes into this game with a .348 batting average. Getting .348 off to a hot start for the Edgewood Cougars. Here comes the pitch. And that's ball 4. So Henson draws a 1-out walk.
The right fielder, number 23, Samantha Bierhoff.
So that's going to bring to the plate the Edgewood 3-hole hitter. That's Sam Bierhoff. Sam Bierhoff, a sophomore in the Edgewood program. Here's a square to bunt, pull back, runner on the move, throw down, not in time. And that is a stolen base for Evelyn Henson. So a little fake bunt and run there from head coach Wayne Henson, and that worked to perfection as Edgewood now has a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Bierhoff, left-handed batter. J.C. Brashear stares in at Ellie Bird. There's a swing and a foul straight back.
You know, Sam Bierhoff is only a sophomore, but she's got that instinct. She's got that power. She can hit. I see her with a pretty good future in our softball program.
Well, you love to see sophomores on the field. There's a pop-up on the infield over to the right side. The second baseman, Claire Cox, under it, and she's going to make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, number 25, Riley Kallick, the third baseman.
So stepping in now for Edgewood, third baseman Riley Kallick. Riley Kallick is a junior. They'll have her back next year. There's a swing and a flare into short right. Coming in is the right fielder, Emma O'Hare. She makes the catch to end the inning. So that goes fly out to right field 9. And we are through 1 complete. Edgewood in the first. It's no runs. They did not have a hit. There were no Madison errors. There was 1 runner left on. We are through 1 complete with the score 0-0. We'll be back in a few minutes.
in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Leading off, 00, Kendall Saunders.
So we're back live here, ready for the top half of the second inning. It'll be Saunders, O'Hare, and Beecraft for the Mohawks. And here comes the first pitch, and that's taken for a strike to begin the top of the second. Kendall Saunders wearing uniform 00. J.C. Brashear's got the sign. She's ready, and here it comes. That pitch is taken just off the plate. Now runs the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Edgewood infield pretty much straight away. There's a swing and a pop-up into short right. That's going to drop in foul territory. Count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We really hope, Rich, and I know you're a fan of this, to try to get out to at least a couple more, if not more, of the Edgewood softball games this year. These young ladies deserve an opportunity to have their games broadcast as well, and some wonderful kids out on that field for the Cougars.
They are some great kids. I will attest to that. We see some of them in other sports, and they're just, in my mind, they're just typical Edgewood athletes. Just good kids.
That they are. I've had a bunch of these kids in class, and they really are really nice kids. And it's good to be here today. It really is. It's my first time taking in a girls softball game in some time. And these girls look sharp. They look sharp on the diamond. They look like they know what they're doing out there. It's amazing how competitive softball has become at the high school level. Some real talent.
You'll notice this game moves faster than a baseball game.
There is strike 3, taken for strike 3, and Saunders is down on strikes to lead off the top of the second.
Now batting, number 22, Emma O'Hare.
So that is already the 4th strikeout for J.C. Brashear, and she's had 4 outs. Edgewood has had 4 outs in this game. It's a fastball taken high for a ball. You know, we commented a little bit earlier on the third baseman and the first baseman especially being so close.
That's why they wear a mask.
I can see why they do that, Rich, because some of these girls can really hit some solid line drives.
Yes, they can.
You best be on your toes, it appears.
Yep.
And I personally don't think that in my old age I would have the reaction time that these girls do to field that ball down there at third base or first. There's a strike right on the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, a great amount of support for both teams out here, and the weather brings crowds. There's a swing and a line drive single in the right field for Emma O'Hare. So O'Hare singles to right, the 3rd hit of the game for Madison.
Now batting, number 1, Bria Beecraft.
So that's going to bring Brea Beecraft to the plate. Brea playing left field today, wearing uniform number 1. Brea with a runner at first, 1 out. There's a swing and a foul at the plate. Some hot pink batting gloves on Brea Beecraft. Every time I see those, it reminds me of Reds shortstop Ellie De La Cruz likes that look as well. You definitely stand out with those, don't you, Rich?
They do.
They look good. So here's a swing and a grounder to the mound. Spinning and throwing to shortstop is the pitcher. Throw to first. Not in time for the double play. So Brashear goes back to Farrell for the force, unable to get Beecraft at first, but there are 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting, number 27, Addison Kelly.
That'll bring to the plate the 9-hole hitter, Addison Kelly, playing third base today, wearing uniform number 27. Yeah, these games, Rich, and again, it's been a while since I've taken in one of these games, but they move quickly, don't they?
Yeah.
These girls are, wow, that's some heat. That is some serious heat.
She brings it.
From J.C. Brashear. And the Cougars outfield pretty much, again, much like the infield, straight up. Nobody pulled around. Pitch is taken high. Fake throw to first by Henson.
Evelyn has a good fake move. She can look a runner back. She can
Well,
look like she's going to get rid of that ball.
And
it's still in her
again,
hand.
I'm only giving you an early take, but Henson has a cannon for an arm.
Yes, she does.
So I would guess that when she does cut it loose, somebody's probably out most of the time.
Yeah.
So that's exciting for her. You know, your ultimate goal in an athletic program is to send kids on to the collegiate level, and to see Henson going to Purdue, Fort Wayne, that's fantastic. That's fantastic, and a great kid. I know that she's going to go to that level of. I am pretty sure, and I know they're Division I in basketball. Are they competing in Division I at the softball level as well? So that is a Division I program. There's a backside throw from Henson, not in time. So Henson will go on to Purdue Fort Wayne at the Division I level, and I am quite confident that she will represent the Edgewood City School District in our athletics in a great manner. Talented ball player. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3, and that's the inning. So a strikeout as Addison Kelly goes down looking. And for the Madison Mohawks in the top half of the second inning, no runs. They did have 1 hit. There was no Edgewood errors. 1 runner left on base, and through 1.5 innings of softball, the score remains Madison 0, Edgewood 0. We'll be back.
In the bottom of the first inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. We did have 1 runner left on base. We did have 1 hit, I'm sorry, and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1 full, we're tied at 0.
We are back here. Leading off for Edgewood will be Jaylee Rose.
Hitting off for the Cougars, number 14, Jaylee Rose.
So Jaylee Rose and also Leah Combs. There's a swing and a ground ball base hit in the left field for Jaylee Rose. A great start to the second. That ball was hit extremely well into left field for a base hit. So a single for Rose. That's the first hit of this one for Edgewood, and that's going to bring to the plate Leah Combs.
Now batting the pitcher,
Center field.
number 11, the center fielder, number 11, Leah Combs.
There's a swing and a chopper foul. So Leah Combs steps in, center fielder today. Evidently also does some pitching, wearing uniform number 11. Runner over at first is Jaylee Rose with that sharp single into left field. There's a fastball outside. Ellie Bird behind the plate for the Mohawks. Definitely appears ready to throw that baseball as needed. Edgewood already with one stolen base in this one from Evelyn Henson. There's a ball taken low. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike. Throw down to second is not in time.
There's a stolen base.
And that is a stolen base for Jaylee Rose. And now runner at second base. And the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike with no outs. I believe he just said 3 balls and 2 strikes. He held up 3 fingers. We might be a full count here, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. There's a swing and a foul over to the Edgewood dugout.
It doesn't always register up there.
I think we're the only game in town tonight, Rich. I don't hear any action over at the boys' field.
This is it. This is it tonight. Lacrosse is somewhere.
Ooh, there's a line drive right back at the pitcher. That was a rocket off the bat of Combs, fielded by Samantha Swartz, and she is able to throw out Leah Combs.
And Jaylee Rose moves to third base on that play.
So a line smash to the pitcher, and she made a nice play on that. Did Samantha Swartz. There's a swing and a pop-up foul to left field. That'll get out of play.
Now batting the pitcher, number 5, J.C. Brochure.
So a runner at third now with a 1 out, and J.C. Brashear, the Edgewood pitcher, stepping in. Good opportunity here for the Cougars to get on the scoreboard. There's a swing and an infield pop-up. That's out behind short. The left fielder comes in and makes the catch for out number 2. So a fly out to left is going to bring up Bailey Strunk.
Now batting, number 24, Bailey Strunk.
So 2 outs now. Edgewood unable to get that run in. Hopefully Bailey Strunk can come out with a little 2-out thunder here for the Cougars and bring home the first run, as today it appears runs may be at a premium. Fastball just inside, says umpire Robert St. Hilaire. Now this is interesting, Rich, there's a swing and a pop-up on the infield. Over at first base is going to be Kendall Saunders. She'll make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Edgewood Cougars in the 2nd inning, they get no runs. They did have 1 hit. There were no Madison errors. 1 runner left on base. We're through 2 complete with the score remaining Madison 0, Edgewood 0.
For the Cougars, at the bottom of the 2nd, no runs, 1 hit, 1 base runner left stranded. At the end of 2 complete, we're still tied at 0. 26. 26, Kendall Schwartz. Leading off for the Mohawks, number 26, Kendall Schwartz. Number 28.
So Abby Phelps, we're back live. The Madison Mohawks, top of the order for them here in the third. Shortstop Abigail Phelps will be leading this one off. There's a swing and a pop-up, and that will be dropped at the plate. Tough play for the Edgewood catcher, Evelyn Henson. That ball drops harmlessly in foul territory. So the Mohawks back to the top of the order. Abigail Phelps will be followed by Ellie Bird and Claire Cox. So Phelps, her first time in there, struck out looking to begin the ball game. Both teams with scoring opportunities early in this one, unable to capitalize. Here comes the pitch, swinging a foul.
That's over in the parking lot.
That ball's headed to the parking lot. Did you park over there today, Rich?
No, I did not.
All right, you're safe. You're safe. Now, something else. We hope you're enjoying this broadcast. This is a good day.
Can't fail to mention, look down the right field line. We have a Joe Downey spotted today.
Yep, he is. He is everywhere, folks. You've heard us talk before at nauseum at the baseball broadcast about our head trainer, Joe Downey. He is one of the best to ever do it in terms of athletic training. Here comes a ground ball to third, throw over to first in time. That goes from Riley Calick to Jaylee Rose for out number 1, 5-3 if you're scoring with us at home.
Now batting, number 20, Ellie Bird.
So 1 out, that's going to bring to the plate the catcher, Ellie Bird. First time up there, she singled. And that was the first of back-to-back hits for the Mohawks in the first, but Brashear quickly able to erase that threat with a pair of strikeouts to end the first. Pitch just off the plate for ball 1. Here comes the pitch. There's a swing and a drive into deep center. Backing up out there is Leah Combs, and she will make the catch. Nice catch by Leah Combs in center for out number 2. So Combs had to range deep into center, but went back there and made a stellar catch.
Now batting, Claire Cox.
So the 3-hole hitter, Claire Cox, steps in. As mentioned previously, she also singled in the first. One of 3 hits in this one already for the Mohawks. Swinging a chopper at the plate, foul. You know, I don't know about you, Rich, but when it gets to be the College World Series time for the girls softball, and you get into those postseason tournaments, those girls can play.
They really can. A lot of it is just pitcher and the batter.
You know, and I know you and I are big-time fans of Miami University, not far from us in Oxford. And that program up there has got it going on the last couple of years. Just a tremendous Division I program up there in Oxford. They're swinging a foul.
Did they make the NCAA tournament last year?
I believe they did, yes. And I believe that their method of operation up there was home runs. I believe that they set a record.
I think they did.
In terms of home runs in a season. They competed on a national level. They played some of the top teams in the country, ranked teams, extremely tight. They might have lost those games, but they were not out of them. There's a swing and a line drive. That will drop and move past the center fielder. Heading into second base is Claire Cox. We will score that a single, and then a one-base error on center fielder Leah Combs. So Cox with a single, moves to second on the error in center field.
Now batting, number 28, Samantha Schwartz.
So runner at second, 2 outs. That sort of looked like a situation where Leah Combs was sort of caught in between. It looked like she wanted to come in and make that catch and then realized, I don't think I can get to this. And then at that point, tried to play it on a bounce. It was able to get by her for Madison, and they now have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. So hopefully Brashear can bear down and get the Cougars out of this one, and the bats can get rolling in the home half of the third. A lengthy discussion going on by head coach Wayne Henson. His entire infield comes in to hear the strategies. And the Madison Mohawks will be sending up their pitcher, Samantha Swartz, to the plate. She struck out her first time. That wind is still, at this point, sort of died down, now blowing out a little bit towards left field. Wind changed direction just a little. Left-handed pitcher Brashear, she's all set. Here comes the pitch. Swing. That's strike one.
She brings the ball in there with some authority. That's what you want to see.
Well, being a fellow left-hander, I like to see Brashear pitching so well. She's on her game today. There's no doubt about it. There's a fastball up in the zone, but a strike nonetheless. Count moves to 0-2 with 2 outs. They are still filing in out in center field. It probably has to be one of the better crowds of the year so far.
I would say so.
1 ball, no balls, 2 strikes. There's a pop-up. Watch out, Rich. Oh, that's in the booth.
Oh, my goodness.
That's in the booth, Rich. You got to catch that. So we're going to have some screens put up here. Athletic Director Scott Clemens has taken over as our head of security. And
he missed the catch.
well, that one almost ricocheted off my head, and that's hazard pay.
Oh, I've been the PA here for 2 or 3 years, and that's the first ball I ever seen come in the concession stand.
Well, here's the thing, though, Rich, and I do like you. You got to understand that. But the reality is that ball as it's coming in here, I'm sort of looking at my stat sheet. You're going to have to reach out and protect me next
It
time.
surprised me too.
There's a flare in the short right. That's going to be foul. Just a few feet foul, and that would have been, if it was fair, that would have led to the first run of this game. So, Rich, we have history made here in the third as a ball has come into the press box.
Yes.
And
it was
did
scary.
you get to keep that, Rich? I never saw what happened after it went over my head.
Scott was, Mr. Clemens was waiting here to retrieve the ball.
Well, I don't know. I think you should. I think that needs to be signed by you. Put in the trophy case somewhere, because that was a crazy situation.
That would be one more ball he would have to buy.
Yes, it would be. So we're probably best to give it back.
We're talking about the guy that doesn't even furnish Skyline, you know?
Well, we're going to have a talk about there being a ice cream truck here at some point for you and I. There's a swing and a gapper. That ball's headed to the wall, and that's going to score the first run of this game. So that was a smash by Samantha Swartz. That's going to go for a double. And that will lead to the first run of this game as Cox comes home to score.
Now batting, number 7, Mia Swallow.
So a double and an RBI for Samantha Swartz. She tagged that ball right into the gap, and it rolled all the way to the fence. Fastball taken high, ball 1 to Mia Swallow. Swallow struck out in the first. Wears uniform number 7. Made a nice catch out in center field earlier in this one.
We occasionally see some go out over the left field fence.
Well, let's not hope for that here. There's a swing and a grounder up the middle, off the glove and into the outfield. And that will be another hit and another run. So a single and an RBI for Mia Swallow. She hit that one just out of the range of Edgewood shortstop Madison Farrell. She gave a dive for that ball, but wasn't able to come up with it. It rolled into short center field, and scampering home with the second run was Samantha Schwartz. Fastball taken high, ball 1.
Now batting, 0-0, Kendall Saunders.
So Kendall Saunders steps in now. Madison jumps out in front 2-0 with 2 outs here in the 3rd. Fastball just low. So here comes the offense, which had been not existent, but Madison breaks through. There's a hard grounder off the glove of second baseman Evie Short. Throw into 3rd, not in time. That will be an error at second base by Evie Short. Ball was hit hard. It would have been a good play, but one that probably should have been made. But it was stung hard by Kendall Saunders.
Now batting, number 22, Emma O'Hare.
So runners now at 1st and 3rd in 2 outs. 2 errors now for Edgewood in the inning. Runners 1st, 3rd, 2 outs, 2-0. Edgewood needs to limit the damage here. Here's a pop-up to the pitcher. That is caught by Brashear, and that is the inning. So for the Mohawks in the top half of the 3rd inning, they get 2 runs. They had a total of 3 hits. There were 2 Edgewood errors, 2 runners left on base, and we are through 2.5 innings of softball with the score now, Madison 2, Edgewood 0.
In the Madison part of the 3rd inning, 2 runs off of 3 hits. There were 2 Edgewood errors and 2 runners left on base. At the end of 2.5, it's Madison 2 and Edgewood 0. Leading off for the Cougars, 0-0, Evie Short.
We're back here for the Edgewood half of the 3rd inning. It'll be Evie Short that Edgewood will turn over the lineup back to the top with Madison Farrell and Evelyn Henson. So Short, the second baseman, here comes the pitch outside, ball 1. So Madison dents the plate a couple of times in the 3rd. Edgewood now trying to answer in their half. Here comes the pitch, taken low, ball 2.
It's really busy right now. There's a garbage can right around the corner.
I want this washed off.
So 2 balls and no strikes. We are here in the bottom half of the 3rd, fast-moving game. Here comes the 2-0, outside for ball 3. So Short doing a tremendous job up there of a good eye to move the count to 3-0. That pitch just missed. on the outside corner, but a good eye from Evie Short. Here comes the 3-0. That's high, ball 4.
Must be ball 3.
Whoa, we had a strike on one of those. So my apologies on that. I missed what was a strike call. Count now 3-1 on Short. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch, swinging a ground ball to Short. Off the glove of the shortstop, Abigail Phelps. And that will go as an error on the shortstop, allowing Short to reach first.
Now batting, number 3, Madison Farrell.
So Edgewood flips over the lineup back to the top as Short is able to reach base via error. And that's going to bring up Farrell, first time struck out. He missed it earlier. There's a snap throw down to first. And the runner is safe. That was a very close play over at first base. We mentioned earlier in this broadcast, Madison Farrell committed to play at West Liberty in West Virginia following her senior year. There's a swing and a high drive into right center. That ball's going to drop. The runner will now move to second safe, and that was in the gap. We're going to rule that a single for Madison Farrell.
Now batting, the catcher, number 1, Evelyn Henson.
So the Cougars in business here in the bottom of the third. Long run for center fielder Mia Swallow, and she was unable to get to that ball, which will allow Madison Farrell her first hit of this game. Runners now at first and second, nobody out, and the dangerous Henson up to the plate. Ball 1 taken outside. So Edgewood looking to answer here in the third. A golden opportunity to do just that. Here's the pitch. Swinging a hard grounder to third. It's ruled fair. Throw across the diamond. And that is a double play. So that will go 5-3. And the runner at third, running to third, is out 5 unassisted. So a 5-3 double play. And that's going to bring to the plate Sam Veerhoff.
Now batting, number 23, Sam Veerhoff.
So a runner at second now on the double play. Nicely done by Addison Kelly over at third. That ball was right at the bag. She stepped on it for the fourth, threw across the diamond to get Henson for the double play. There's a fastball up and in to Veerhoff. Veerhoff, first time up there, popped out to second base.
Veerhoff, another one of our 3 sport athletes. She's soccer, basketball, and softball.
You just love to see that. You love to see it, and good for her. There's a ball in the dirt, and that's going to be a runner at third base. And I believe that Farrell was on the run, actually on her own. So we're going to give that a stolen base here. That, by the way, is Edgewood's third of the game. And Veerhoff with a slow roller to second, fielded cleanly, flipped to first in time, and that will end the inning. So that play goes 4-3 to end the inning. So Edgewood, after getting the first 2 on, unable to capitalize. We've got a meeting at the mound by the 2 umpires, so we're gonna see. She is called out. That's been confirmed. The umpires were meeting. We thought we might get a reversal, but we do not. So for Edgewood in the third, no runs. The Cougars did have 1 hit. There was 1 error by Madison, and Edgewood did strand on base 1 runner. So after 3 complete, the score remains Madison 2, Edgewood 0. We'll be back.
For Edgewood, one hit, no run, 1 hit. No run, 1 hit. There was one Madison.
So we are quickly back with you here. Edgewood now on defense. We're going to have leading off is Brea Beecraft. She fouls one back to the screen.
Now batting for the Mohawks, Brea Beecraft.
So it'll be Beecraft, Kelly, and Phelps here in the top half of the fourth for the Mohawks. Of course, the Mohawks close by out Madison High School, not far from here. So it's nice to have a short bus ride to these games and get home at a good time for these kids. There's a swing and a foul, and that one didn't get us, Rich.
I think that says a lot for the good crowd today, the close proximity. A lot of these people know each other back and forth across the fence, and it just makes for a good situation.
No question about it. There is a lot of friendships in their strike three as the leadoff batter, Brea Beecraft, goes down on strikes. That'll bring up Addison Kelly, who struck out her first time up there.
Now batting, Addison Kelly.
But you're right, Rich. I think there's a mutual respect. The districts are so similar in Madison and Edgewood, and it's a nice, friendly rival. There's a swing and a grounder up the middle. Fielded at shortstop on a very nice play by Madison Farrell, but the throw just a little low. That was still a very tough play. We're going to roll that an infield single for Addison Kelly. Tough play there, Rich.
Now batting, number 26, Abigail Phelps. Well, here's a little fun fact. The Madison School District line runs through the northern edge of Trenton. There are houses in the Trenton city limits that goes to Madison High School.
That is an interesting fact. No doubt about it. So again, those are situations where those kids going to Madison could probably drive to Edgewood faster than they could drive to Madison.
Exactly.
So Madison, with a runner at first base and one out, they're back to the top of the order with Abigail Phelps. There's a swing and a foul to right field. Abigail Phelps, wearing uniform number 26, 0 for 2 today, struck out and grounded to third on a nice play by Riley Calick. So runner at first is Addison Kelly. She reached on the infield single. There's a fastball taken low for a ball. Hey, give her what she wants. I'll give you the cash. I got cash. Give her what she wants. She seems like a good lady. Whatever she wants, I'll buy it. Hey, you're very welcome, ma'am. You don't worry about that. That's my treat to you. That pitch is taken low for a ball, and that's a walk. And reaching first base is Abigail Phelps, so the Mohawks back in business.
Now batting, number 20, Ellie Bird.
So runners at first and second. There's a swing and an infield fly. That's going to be an infield fly rule. Batter will be out. Pop out to second base by Ellie Bird for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs now, runners still at first and second. And that's going to bring to the plate Claire Cox, who is 2 for 2 at this
Now
game.
batting number 3, Claire Cox.
So Edgewood is going to want to be careful here because Claire Cox already with 2 hits in this one. A single in the first, a single in the third, now back up there again in the fourth with a chance to do damage. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. Fastball on the outside corner. That's called a strike. That will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Claire Cox. Samantha Swartz waits on deck. Here comes the pitch. It's taken low for a ball. You know, these base distances, Rich, it really places a big time emphasis on good defense where you have to field it clean and get rid of it fast because the girls are covering 60 feet on these base distances. Swinging a foul straight back, that almost rattled our camera, Rich. But I think we've still got a good look. The whole field may need to go down there and look, move that just slightly over to the third base side here at the end of the inning. So Edgewood's trying to get out of this. No damage. There's a swing and a hard line drive and a nice catch by Edgewood shortstop Madison Farrell to end the inning. A line out to short, and that will end it for Madison in the fourth. They get a total of no runs. They did have 1 hit. There were no Edgewood errors, 2 runners left on base again. And by the way, Madison has now stranded 7 runners in 4 innings of softball. But we head to the middle of the fourth with the score remaining. Madison 2, Edgewood 0.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 25, Riley Callick.
So we're ready to go here in the home half of the fourth inning. It'll be Riley Callick, Jaylee Rose, and Leah Combs coming to bat for Edgewood here in the bottom half of the fourth inning, currently trailing 2-0 in this one. Had some opportunities yet to capitalize. Count 1-0 on Callick. Here comes the pitch. Strike 1. Excellent framing work there by the Madison catcher, Ellie Bird, doing a tremendous job behind the plate of framing that pitch for a strike. There's a swing and a pop-up. Shortstop Abigail Phelps makes the catch. 1 out.
Now batting, number 14, Jaylee Rose.
Jaylee Rose steps in, singled her first time up there, and stole a base. So Rose has one of the 2 Edgewood hits up to this point. There's a swing and a line drive into right field. That'll drop. Another hit for Jaylee Rose.
Nice little hit.
2 for 2. So Rose reaches with 1 out. That's going to bring up Leah Combs.
Now batting the center fielder, number 11, Leah Combs.
So Combs steps in now with a runner at first base. 1 out. Wind picking up a little. There's a slow roller down the third base line, but picking up foul is Addison Kelly. So Kelly picks it up in foul territory. Count goes to 0-1. Leah Combs steps back in, grounded out to the pitcher her first time. Here's the pitch. Check swing for a ball. Nice hold up there by Combs. She'll be followed by J.C. Brashear for the Cougars, our pitcher today. That pitch is taken for a strike. Count even. Going to count 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a ball in the dirt low. You realize quickly when you watch these games, and I say this about boys baseball all the time, but you have to have a good catcher in this game. I mean, you just do, and both of our catchers today, Evelyn Henson and Ellie Bird, have done a great job. There's a ball in the dirt, and moving up to second base is Jaylee Rose. So she moves to second on the wild pitch. And the count goes to full on Leah Combs, and a base hit here would get the Cougars on the board for their first run. So a 3-2 count. Oh, Rich, we are out of commission.
Oh my.
Well, we will get that fixed for you here momentarily.
Just momentarily sideways.
Well, we
We'll
will
fix that.
definitely get that moved for you. We are a
You
little
called
sideways.
that. You called
I
that.
told you, Rich, this is
You said the first foul
ball 4. There's a base on balls. And I'm going to leave you for just a second, Rich.
Leave that on.
That might make somebody dizzy looking at that. So, Rich, I'm going to be right back. You hold the fort down until I return.
We have J.C. Brashear, the pitcher, stepping to the plate. And we're making some adjustments on the camera. It's not moving. We're just moving it. And the first pitch is a ball. That's a pretty good picture, Brian. Brian stepped out of the booth to go make some adjustments on our camera. That is a beautiful picture. And there's a shot right at the second baseman.
All right, Rich, hopefully they've got a little better view out there.
That's a good picture.
That was a direct hit.
That was lined out to the first baseman.
So what did I miss? We had a line drive out to second.
That was it.
So J.C. Brashear lines out to second. Thankfully, no force out double play, so runners still at first and second. Stepping in is Bailey Strunk, who popped out to first to end the second inning. Fastball taken high, ball 1. So runners at first and second. Rose singled. Leah Combs reached on a walk. And I give a lot of credit to J.C. Brashear. She hit that ball hard to second base, but unfortunately they had a player there. Made a nice catch, being second baseman Claire Cox. So Edgewood's still looking to dent the plate. 2 outs And we need a big hit here for the Cougar Nation.
Come on, Bailey.
So Bailey batting 8th on deck, waiting for her turn. Evie Short. She would love the opportunity to get up there, I'm sure. Hopefully Edgewood can extend the inning. Swinging a foul. Straight back.
I think she was aiming at our camera.
Wow. That thing, Rich, it can only take so many shots before it rattles things around in that thing. But thankfully it was a quick fix this time, and we are happy to have you with us, those of you out there in YouTube land. Here comes the pitch, swinging a hard grounder in the hole at short, fielded cleanly, throw to first. Save is the call.
Runners moved to second and third.
So an infield single for Bailey Strunk. So Strunk, infield single to short. Abigail Phelps made a nice play on that ball, but a bang play at first base goes to Bailey Strunk, and the bases are loaded for the Cougars here in the 4th. Evie Short reached on an error her first time. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Now batting 0-0, Evie Short.
So Evie Short stepping in. And Evie Short is a freshman. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Evie Short. So Short is at the plate, 0-2 count, bases loaded, 2 outs in the 4th. Here comes the pitch from Swartz. Changeup, just high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Back in the day, they would call that an EHS pitch. That is a serious off-speed, and that was a great pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 4th. So for Edgewood in the 4th, they get no runs. They did have 2 hits. There were no errors for the Mohawks and 3 runners left on base for the Cougars. Score remains through 4 complete. Madison 2, Edgewood 0.
In the 4th for Edgewood, no runs off of 2 hits and 3 left on base. At the end of 4, score Madison 2, Edgewood 0. Time to turn on music. See that? Leading off, number 28, Samantha Schwartz.
So we're ready for the top of the 5th here in Trenton. It'll be Samantha Schwartz, Mia Swallow, and Kendall Saunders coming up to bat for the Mohawks. That's taken low for a ball. Schwartz in this one struck out her first time up and then doubled to the wall in left center for an RBI hit in the 3rd. That was one of 2 Madison runs in the 3rd to give us our 2-0 score.
Concessions, please.
So Schwartz doing the pitching today. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike. So we have a strike. Count now goes to 2-1. And the Madison Mohawks trying to rally here and play add-on. A hard ground ball to short. Up with it is Farrell. She throws across the diamond to Jaylee Rose for out number 1. Nice play by Madison Farrell. That's going to bring to the plate Mia Swallow for the Mohawks.
Now batting, Mia Swallow.
So Mia Swallow in this one, 1 for 2. Struck out and also had a single with an RBI in that 2-run third. Back-to-back run-scoring hits for her and Samantha Swartz. There's a swing and a chopper down the third base line. That's fair. Throw over to first.
She's out.
And that is in time to get Mia Swallow. And I think Edgewood might have gotten a beneficial call there. But we'll take it, I guess I'll say. So, nice play from Riley Kallick. Throwing over to Jaylee Rose just in time to get Mia Swallow, and that's going to bring up Kendall Saunders.
Now batting, 0-0, Kendall Saunders.
So Saunders up there, two outs, nobody on. There's a strike, perfect pitch from J.C. Brashear. So the top half of the 5th. That was, I think, the highest velocity pitch from Brashear this game. That had some serious heat on it.
Our wind has switched again. We're now blowing straight out.
Well, let's hope the Cougars can get one in that jet stream and take one out of here. There's a swing and a ground ball in the hole. Fielding it is Farrell. Throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. So nice inning for Madison Farrell at short, and a good job by J.C. Brashear pitching. So for the Mohawks, they go in order in the 5th.
In the 5th.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And after 4.5 innings, the score remains Madison 2, Edgewood 0.
After 5.5, the score is 2-0 in favor of the Mohawks.
So the 5th inning stretch is complete, and it is now time for Edgewood to come to the plate here in the 5th. They will have the top of the order due up.
Leading off in the 5th inning, the shortstop, number 3, Madison Farrell.
So it'll be Madison Farrell, Evelyn Henson, and Sam Veerhoff, hopefully more, for the Cougars in the bottom of the 5th. The prime part of the order due up in this one. And hopefully Edgewood can draw a little closer, if not tie this one up or take the lead against the Mohawks. There's a pitch, swing, and a line drive, base hit in the left field. That gets past the left fielder. Cruising into second will be Madison Farrell.
Now we go.
That will go as a single and an error.
Now batting, the catcher, number 1, Evelyn Henson.
So a single to left field, excellent hit by Farrell. Moves to second as that ball got away from the left fielder. That scored an E7. And now runner at second base and no outs for Evelyn Henson. Henson's walked and grounded out into a double play. 5-3. Her second time out. Pitch is taken for a ball. Henson followed by Sam Veerhoff here in the 5th with nobody out.
Ideally, that's where you want to be in the batting order, starting off with the leadoff hitter.
Well, and make no mistake, Madison Farrell is a very good leadoff hitter. Swinging a grounder to third, throw over to first in time to get Evelyn Henson, but she does move the runner up to third. That goes 5-3 for out number one, but Edgewood now 60 feet away from their first run of the game.
Now batting, number 23, Sam Veerhoff.
So Sam Veerhoff steps in, 0 for 2 in this one, fly out to second, and a ground out to second. Swinging a foul straight back. No balls and 1 strike. So another great opportunity for Edgewood here with 1 out and a runner at third. Contact here should get the job done. Grounded to the pitcher, throw to the plate, and out. So that goes 1-2. Clearly a contact play for the offense.
Now batting, number 25, Riley Calick.
So clearly Edgewood running on contact on that play, and getting thrown out at the plate was Madison Farrell for the second out, on first with a fielder's choice. There's a swing and a fly ball to right field. Under it is Emma O'Hare, and she will make the catch to end the Edgewood 5th inning. So for Edgewood in the 5th, no runs. The Cougars did get 1 hit. There was 1 Madison error.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 Madison error. At the end of 5.5, Madison 2, Edgewood 0.
So Edgewood in that inning, Edgewood in the 5th, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. They did strand a runner on base, and we head to the 6th with the score: Madison 2, Edgewood 0. So here comes Madison for the top half of the 6th inning. It'll be Emma O'Hare leading things off.
Now batting, Emma O'Hare.
Emma O'Hare will be followed by Brea Beecraft, Addison Kelly, bottom third of the order for the Mohawks, currently holding a 2-0 lead. We've reached late inning softball. We've head to the 6th at 2-0. So Edgewood going to need to dent the plate at some point soon to get back into this one. Here comes the pitch, swinging a ground ball to short, fielded cleanly, throw to first. And a nice play from Madison Farrell, who is...
That's why she's there.
She's a very talented player.
Terrific job with short.
So Emma O'Hare grounds out to short. That's Madison Farrell. Made 3 of the last 4 outs for the Cougars. Nice defensive player.
Now batting, number 1, Brea Beecraft.
That'll bring to the plate Brea Beecraft. In this one, she's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. And in the 4th was a big strikeout victim. So Beecraft stepping in, right-handed. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a miss on an off-speed. Out in front of that was Beecraft. So a nice little change-up type pitch there from Brashear. Here comes the delivery. Just off the outside. That's a nice change of speed from Brashear as she followed that changeup up with some good fastball action on the outer half. Just missed. So Brea Beecraft, Addison Kelly waiting on deck. Here's a swing and a line drive to short, fielded on a hop by Evie Short, and she throws on to first for out number 2.
Now batting number 27, Madison Kelly.
So second baseman Evie Short fields that on a short hop and delivers it over to Jaylee Rose for out number 2. And Addison Kelly will step in. Kelly in this one, 1 for 2. Strikeout in the second, and in the fourth inning reached on a single. Count 0-1. Brashear thrown extremely well in this game. That's a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. To Kelly. It's the delivery, and it's taken low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rich, we're going to need you to get a rally hat or something going when we come in to the 6th.
A little bit of lock and load.
I like it, Rich. You're looking good. There's strike 3. So Addison Kelly goes down on strikes. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. And we head to the home 6th with the score. Madison 2, Edgewood 0.
I got anxious there, sorry.
Thank you. Very kind of you, sir. So we are back here in Trenton. It'll be for the Cougars.
Now batting number 14, Jaylee Rose.
It'll be Jaylee Rose stepping in for the Cougars. Bottom of the 6th. Time to get things rolling. There's a strike to Jaylee Rose. Rose in this one, a pair of singles. 2 for 2 for Jaylee Rose, having a great game. Also stole a base. Made her way to 3rd both times, but was unable to score. Fastball upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike to Rose. Very impressive player, Jaylee Rose. Has a good approach at the plate, good swing, ball taken low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Want to give a shout out, I just got a text from our guy over in Pennsylvania, Michael Marks. Rich, he wanted me to tell you that we were sounding great today. And Michael Marks is just a class act. Michael was our PA guy for baseball. Here comes a grounder to short, throw to first, and that is off the glove, and that will be an error on the first baseman, allowing Jaylee Rose to reach base.
And hopefully we got something started.
So what looked to be a good throw from Abigail Phelps, not fielded by Saunders.
Now batting, Leah Combs.
So a runner, leadoff runner on base. There's a swing and a drive. That ball is hit well. To the left center, and it's gone. A home run. The Edgewood Cougars have struck here in the bottom of the sixth on a 2-run home run from Leah Combs to tie this one up at 2-2. What a shot!
And that's a big high five.
Yes, it is. So how about that, Edgewood? How you liking it?
I told you they go out over that left field fence.
Well, that was just fantastic. Leah Combs rides one over the boards in left center field, and Edgewood now has knotted this game up. All of a sudden, we're in a good one here in Trenton. Score tied at 2-2 on a 2-run home run from Leah Combs. That's fantastic. That gets you fired up, doesn't it, Rich?
Oh, it got up in that wind, just right that way.
Right on out of here for a souvenir for all of our fans out there in left.
They needed that.
That was awesome. So we got a new ball game here in Trenton.
Now batting, J.C. Brashear.
Pitcher J.C. Brashear steps in 0 for 2. Fly out to left, line out to second. So change-up taken low for ball 1. Brashear swinging it from the left side, and we've got a ball game, Rich.
Yes, we do. Woke the crowd up.
There's a swing and a chopper foul at the plate. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Leah Combs. Let's see if Leah. That is just great. Leah's a junior and came in with 3 RBIs and no home runs. That was her first home run of the season.
Leah is a sometime pitcher. She's one of 3 pitchers.
And Leah is a junior. That was a nice shot. There's a swing and a ground ball into right field for a base hit. And it's rally time in Trenton.
Now batting, number 24, Bailey Strunk.
So a single for J.C. Brashear brings up Bailey Strunk. Strunk in this one. We do have a substitution here. So it looks like Edgewood will be sending to the plate. That is Bailey Strunk. We'll have to see what's going on here. The umpire is writing something onto his card.
Did we have a courtesy runner?
Looks like Edgewood may have a new runner, but with this sun, I can't see it. Yeah, we have a pinch runner over at first. Try to get that name for you here in a minute. Here comes the pitch taken outside for a ball. So Edgewood with a pinch runner, courtesy runner, for the pitcher, Brashear.
I did not see that number.
There's a swing and a foul straight back.
Can you tell who's on the runner? Number 7. That is courtesy runner is L.A. Clemens.
So I've just been told by my right-hand man, the VOC voice of Cougars, Rich Hazelwood, that the runner at first is L.A. Clemens. There's a swing and an infield pop-up. The pitcher will make that play to retire Strunk for the first out of the inning.
That looks shaky.
And a little,
Now batting, 00, E.B. Short.
that was sort of a situation where you thought the third baseman and the pitcher may potentially collide, but the pitcher finally called off the third baseman, Madison Kelly, and made the play, that being Samantha Swartz. You know, one thing, there's a bunt attempt foul. You know, one thing I do like about this game, Rich, and I think probably plays a big factor in why the games go so fast, you really don't have a lot of pitching changes.
No.
So what happens is, when you make all these pitching changes in baseball, these pitchers got to warm up, and there's some downtime. Well, these pitchers, they go the entire game quite often. Pitch is taken low.
Just a little side note on Ellie Clemens. She has a injured hand and is setting out today. That's why they're using her in a running position. So it looks like it's just like for one, maybe 2 games.
Well, they need to get her back in there. A talented young athlete, good player. Sure that the Cougars will welcome her back when she's able to play. Smash into left field. And here comes the runner to third. And going all the way home. Here comes the throw. And scoring is Ellie Clemens. So Ellie Clemens showing some serious speed. Scores from first on a ball into short left field.
Now you know why she was in there.
So Evie Short with a sharp single to left. That ball was not fielded cleanly by the left fielder. That's an error, allowing the runner Clemens to score. It allows the batter, Evie Short, to reach second base on an E7. So, wow, what speed from Ellie Clemens to score on a ball to left field.
You think she could outrun our athletic director?
Yeah, he'd need about a 30-yard start. He'd need at least a 30-yard start on the 100-yard dash. And even that could be a going away win for Ellie, is my prediction.
So, Cougars have taken the lead.
Yes, they have, Rich. 3-2 as Edgewood has made like a cougar and pounced here in the bottom of the sixth and take a 3-2 lead.
We're not over. Here comes the top of the order.
Yep, Edgewood has turned over the lineup to Madison Farrell, who has made a number. There's a swing and a smash. That ball is in the left field corner. It'll go all the way to the wall. Coming in to score will be Evie Short, and Madison Farrell with her third hit. A double to the left field wall right down the line. That's an RBI. Evie Short scores, and the Edgewood Cougars now lead 4-2. Madison Farrell, folks, 3 hits today. Single, double.
Now batting, the catcher, number 1, Evelyn Henson.
That'll bring to the plate Evelyn Henson. There's a swing and a hard grounder to short. Fielded cleanly by Abigail Phelps. She throws on to first to retire Henson with the second out of the inning. That goes 6-3. Runner moves to third, Madison Farrell. And that's going to bring to the plate Sam Bierhoff with another run.
Now batting, number 23, Sam Bierhoff.
60 feet away to giving the Cougars a 4-2 or 5-2 lead if they're able to get Farrell in from third. Fastball high, the ball's moved away. Here comes the plate. The plate, she's trapped. We got to run down. The ball's lost by the catcher. Here comes the runner home, and it's over.
She's there.
Oh, what do we have?
What an effort.
So we will try to sort that one out for you real quick. My official scoring of this one is we had a rundown, and the catcher had the ball come out of her glove, that being Ellie Bird. And I believe that ball coming out of her glove allowed the runner at third, Madison Farrell, to score. So we're going to score that E2 on the catcher, allowing that rundown to not result in an out. And the end result was Madison Farrell scoring the 4th run of the game for the Edgewood Cougars, 5th run of the game, to now lead 5-2. So what an inning for the Cougars, 5 runs here in the 6th. Pitch is taken low for ball 2. So the Edgewood Cougars, once trailing 2-0, have come all the way back to take a 5-2 lead. There's a swing and a pop-up over near the third base dugout. That will get over the fence and out of play. Sam Bierhoff in this one popped out to second, grounded to second, reached on a fielder's choice, 0 for 3. She hit the ground ball back to the pitcher. That Madison Farrell was thrown out at the plate back in the 5th inning. Yeah, Michael March watching live from Pennsylvania today, an Edgewood grad. Just love to see him reaching out, telling us we're doing a good job. Michael, a PA announcer for us in baseball, one of the best to ever do it. There's a swing and a foul straight back. Our camera has moved slightly this inning. We'll get out there between innings and fix that for the Madison top of the 7th. We're not seeing the left field corner at this point. We will get that fixed in time for Edgewood to hopefully close this one out in the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Taken low, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
To the bat, Sam.
One Bierhoff. Riley Kallick waits on deck. There's a swing and a ground ball to second base. That's Claire Cox. She throws on the first. And that will end the Edgewood inning, but a productive one.
What?
Edgewood in the inning gets a total of 5 runs. That's right, 5 runs. Edgewood collected a total of 4 hits. There were 2 Madison errors. Let me correct that. There were 3 Madison errors in that inning. And Edgewood in that inning did not strand a runner. Nobody left on base. So, again, 5 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th, or top of the 7th, with the score now: Edgewood 5, Madison 2.
For the Cougars in the bottom of the 6th inning, 4 runs off of 5 hits. There were
So we are back live. Sorry for that delay. I moved our camera around a little bit. Should have a better view of third base down there. Leading off for the Madison Mohawks, they have the top of the order: Abigail Phelps, Ellie Bird, and Claire Cox due up. Here's a swing and a pop-up. Calling it is our catcher. That would be Evelyn Henson, and she squeezes it for the first out of the inning. Nice play by Evelyn Henson. So a fly out to the catcher. It's the first out. Edgewood 2 outs away from getting out of here with a 5-2 victory.
I think we need to give her a hot dog on that one.
Well, she's a talented ball player. We've touched on that already. Nice play there to start the 7th inning for Edgewood. Fastball, and that's driven. That's headed up the gap, and that ball is gone. So Ellie Bird jumps all over that pitch. Ellie Bird with a smash over the boards and left.
5-3.
A tremendous hit. That's the young lady that's the catcher that's done a great job behind the plate, and now she takes one out to left field to bring the Mohawks within 2 now, 5-3. entertaining ball game. I can't believe that I've been away from softball for this duration of time. This has been a good game. Very well played and fun to watch. That was a nice hit from Ellie Bird. That's going to bring to the plate Claire Cox. Cox in this one, 2 for 3, hitting out of the 3-hole. Ellie Bird now 2 for 4 on the day with that home run. So Claire Cox be followed by Samantha Swartz. Fastball outside, ball 1. Claire Cox in this one, 2 for 3. Here's the pitch and a pop-up on the infield into short right. Going out is the second baseman. That would be Evie Short, and she makes the play. And the Cougars are 1 out away from a victory tonight here at the Woodbury Sports Complex.
I think that was a one-handed grab, Coach.
You know, that was a great play from Evie Short, and
she had to go a little ways to get that.
She ranged out into short right field, made a nice play, and the Edgewood Cougars now 1 out away from victory. And stepping in for the Mohawks is their pitcher, Samantha Swartz. Swartz in this one, 1 for 3.
Samantha Swartz.
Swinging a ground ball to the pitcher. That's fielded by J.C. Brashear, and that ball is thrown into right field, into the foul territory, and that will be a runner on first via error. And the Madison Mohawks are going to bring the tying run to the plate with 2 outs. So an error on the pitcher. And the runners now at second base on the errant throw. And that's going to bring to the plate center fielder Mia Swallow. So Swallow will attempt to continue this game. There's a fastball right on the outside corner for a strike.
Now batting. Mia Swallow.
Cable.
Little old system's only used about a month or half a year.
Mia Swallow with a strike. And Edgewood looking to finish this one out. There's a swing and a flare in the short center. That ball's going to drop. It's going to get past the center fielder. Play at second. Here's the throw, not in time. So the run scores, and we are now in a 5-4 ball game. As that is a flare into center field. It gets past the center fielder. It scored a single and an E8 to allow her to get to second base. That being Mia Swallow.
Coach Henson has called a timeout. We have a meeting at the mound.
So a meeting at the mound, and things have gotten quite interesting as the Mohawks are refusing to go down without a fight. And the Edgewood Cougars now hold a 5-4 lead with the tying run at second base and 2 outs. Stepping in when we resume action will be Kendall Saunders. Saunders in this one 0 for 3. Strikeout, reached on an error, and grounded to short. So head coach Wayne Henson going over strategy with the Cougars. The outfield all meeting together out there. The infield all together with Coach Henson on the mound. Very entertaining. I love this stuff, Rich. I love it when we get tight games at the end.
Yeah.
And it's just entertaining. Long live sports.
It's never over till it's over. Somebody said that once.
Yep, that's right, Rich. Someone did say that. And it's very accurate in this case because Edgewood had only 1 out to get, and that 21st out is seeming somewhat elusive at this point.
That's why I like softball. There's plenty of action. There's plenty of action.
You have served this program well through the years, Rich. Here comes the delivery. Strike one on the outside corner from J.C. Brashear. So Edgewood hanging on to the one-run lead. Kendall Saunders up there for the Mohawks wearing uniform 00. Right-handed batter, here comes. Swinging a drive into the gap. That ball's going to go to the wall. So
Better get it in.
throw comes in and we are tied. So Saunders steps up in the clutch with a double to the right center field wall, and we are now tied at 5 apiece.
Now batting, number 22, Emma O'Hare.
So Emma O'Hare will be out there 1 for 3. The go-ahead run now at second base. Strike one from left-hander J.C. Brashear. So Edgewood's going to come to bat in the 7th, and hopefully it's with a chance to win with a single run. Madison has stepped it up this inning. There's a swing and a pop-up to short. Running in and making the play is Madison Farrell to end the inning. So for the Mohawks in the 7th, they get 3 runs, and amazingly, that was all with, no, that was not all with 2 outs, but either way, 3 runs. They collected a total that inning of 3 hits. There were 2 Edgewood errors, and there was 1 runner left on base.
In the 7th inning for the Mohawks, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. 1 runner left on base. After 6.5, we are tied at 5.
So we will head to the 7th, bottom of the 7th, in a 5-5 game. We'll be back to cover that for you in just a minute. We are back here for the home half of the 7th for Edgewood. It'll be Riley Calick leading things off.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 25, Riley Calick.
So Riley Calick will get things going. 0 for 3 tonight. Fly out to right, and a fly out to shortstop. So Calick looking for her first hit of this one, and now would be a great time for it, as Edgewood looks to get the winning run on base to start this one. That pitch is low, ball 2.
Now, in my softball days, the cry at the dugout at this point would be, nobody makes an out.
Well, I'm all for that, Rich. I'm all for nobody making an out, and the Cougars rolling out of here with a victory tonight. Here comes the pitch. That's taken outside for ball 3. Calick will be followed by Jaylee Rose, and then Leah Combs, who's already taken one over the boards in this game for a home run. So some firepower coming up for the Cougars in the 7th. There's a swing and a smash. That ball is to left field. It gets past the left fielder. It's going to be a single and an error, and stopping at second is Riley Calick.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 14, Jaylee Rose.
So Calic hits an absolute rocket into left field, and that gets away from Brea Beecraft. And then rolls all the way to the fence. And now Edgewood with the winning run out at second in the form of Riley Calic, as Jaylee Rose will step in to try and advance that runner. We do have a pinch runner, and entering the game is number 26. So number 26 for Edgewood is Abigail Armentrout. So Abigail,
Courtesy runner for the Cougars, Abigail Armentrout.
So Abigail Armentrout into pinch run for Calic. And Jaylee Rose stepping in. Rose in this one, 2 hits and reached on an error. She's been on base every time and has also stolen a base today. And scored a run.
Didn't she start the rally when we...
The rally, yes, was started by her. She reached on an error, and then Leah Combs followed that up. That was the 6th. And then Leah Combs followed that up with the home run. Here's a pitch and a foul ball, and it will hit the fence. Giving it a look over there was Ellie Bird, unable to make a play on that one. Count 0-1. Armentrout, a freshman, out there at second base. Bright future for the Cougars. Very solid player. So here comes the pitch, and that's taken low for a ball. And the count to Rose now moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Any ground ball here, especially to the right side, would move the runner, Calic, closer to the plate, be 1 base away. There's a swing and a pop up on the infield, and that will land foul. And the count moves to 1-2 to Rose. Miller Fall just gave us a guest appearance over here. Miller Fall of the baseball team. Good to see them out here supporting the girls.
Yes.
Edgewood baseball first baseman, Miller Fall. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's a swing and a chopper. That'll roll foul. And the count will remain 1-2. You got to be real careful if you're Armentrout here. Any line drive, you've got to freeze. You can't be getting doubled off on a double play when you are the winning run. So you got to make sure that the ball is down, especially being in scoring position. There's a swing and a hard grounder to short, and there will be no play there. So we're going to rule down an infield signal for Jaylee Rose. Tough play in the hole, and I'll be honest with you, I think if she fields that, she might not have made that throw.
Now batting the center fielder, number 11, Leah Combs.
So an infield single for Jaylee Rose. That's her 3rd hit of the game. And I really do believe that Abigail Phelps would have not thrown that ball to first, because if she does, Abigail Armentrout's on third base. So there's a swing and a foul straight back.
I think that hit your car.
Better not. Now, Rich, I'm over by the athletic field house.
Okay.
So it's going to take a mighty whack to send it over there to take out my windshield. Here comes the pitch, and that's a swing and a chopper to third. It'll roll foul. No balls and 2 strikes to Leah Combs. Rich, I'll tell you what I'm willing to do just for you. If Leah Combs or any Edgewood Cougars in this inning goes over the wall to win this one on a walk-off home run. You've got Skyline on me the next time that you and I venture to the Skyline here in Trenton. How's that sound?
Well, that sounds good.
So what we have here is a strikeout. The ball was dropped by the catcher. You have a completed strikeout. The runners moved up. So a stolen base for Armentrout. And they're sorting things out here. The umpires are. The batter is out. So Leah Combs strikes out. But the runners on the play move up to second and third. And it'll be interesting to see what Madison does here. The infield in the middle is back. Very surprising that the middle infield for Madison is back. They need to be in order to cut down that run at the plate. Here's the pitch, taken high for a ball. So runners at second and third, a stolen base for stolen base for Armentrout, running for Calic, and also a stolen base for Jaylee Rose, as there was movement all over the place. That ball is up and in. Armentrout will hold at third.
Smart move.
Yep, should have been out. And the count quickly 2-0 on JC Brashear. JC, the pitcher, tried to help herself here with a walk-off Edgewood win. Here comes the pitch. Downstairs, ball three, and it does appear that the Madison pitcher, Samantha Swartz, is working around this batter, J.C. Brashear. A walk here really doesn't hurt them much at all. But I am still very surprised that the middle infielders are not in. Ground ball to short, this game's going to probably be over. There's a swing and a high pop-up. That ball is out to center field, tagging at third. Coming in is Armentrout, and this one belongs to the Cougars. This game is over. A sacrifice fly hit by J.C. Brashear into center field. And this one belongs to the Edgewood Cougars. So a sacrifice fly to center field scores Abigail Armentrout with the winning run. And the final score here in Trenton, Edgewood 6, Madison 5. We'll be back to summarize this all for you in just a minute.
In the best I've seen in a while.
Well, we are back here in Trenton as the Edgewood Cougars have just walked off the Madison Mohawks for a 6-5 victory. Summarizing this one for you, first we'll begin with the Madison Mohawks. They finished this one with 5 runs. They had 10 hits. There were 4 Edgewood errors and 8 runners left on today for the Mohawks. For your Edgewood Cougars, a victorious effort tonight. 6 runs on 11 hits. There were 6 Madison errors and 8 runners left on base. Winning pitcher for the Cougars, J.C. Brashear, and the losing pitcher for the Madison Mohawks was Samantha Swartz. Records following this one, Madison 1-4 with the loss, and with the win, Edgewood moves to 3-6. I just want to close off this broadcast today by saying I really enjoyed watching our Cougars. So glad it was a winning effort. And we're hopefully going to be back out, Rich Hazelwood and myself, to at least get a couple more of these games on YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast as the Edgewood Cougars again leave the stadium tonight with a 6-5 win. And on behalf of my right-hand man, that would be Rich Hazelwood, the VOC, and me, Brian Caudell. We thank you for joining us on YouTube Live. And this is the middle-aged left-hander rounding third and heading for Skyline. Good night, everyone.
Usually I'm busting it. I'm a half an hour late. Good day.